Welcome to TNT Sports Talk. Today is Tuesday, March 5th. As always, we're presented by D's Home Cuts. I'm your host, Travis Karcheski. We got a full studio today for the first time in a long time. Truman's back.
How's it going, guys?
And then we got Johnny Glad back in the studio, too.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, so spring break right now. Nobody else is really on spring break, but
Ashland is.
Ashland is. So we got the crew back in the studio to do a nice show today. But we have to catch up on a lot of stories because we have missed a lot from the last show we did on Thursday. There's a lot to go over. We got the combine, different football stories, a little bit of basketball, a little bit of baseball, and then we'll wrap it up. But we have to start with one of the biggest stories over the weekend. Nate Meyer called us out on Twitter. When was that? Saturday night?
I don't know. He pulled it out of his ass. It was like I was just eating dinner or something, and I get a tweet across my phone.
Yeah, you get a tweet across our phone from our friend Nate Myers. You know, he's been on the show, twice?
Oh, yeah. Nate's a good
Couple
guest.
times.
Good college basketball analyst.
Yeah, big Kansas
big Browns
guy.
fan, but
he asked us, we've been talking a lot, I guess I've been talking a lot about my basketball game. Johnny knows about that, we've beaten him a couple times.
Not once, but alright.
But he called us out. He said if next time he's on the show, he wants to play us both one-on-one, 2-11 by ones and twos, and he says he could beat both of us. I'm calling bullshit.
I am not one of those people like you. I don't think I could beat LeBron. I don't think I could
never
score
said I
on
could
LeBron.
beat LeBron. I said I could
Well,
score
listen.
on him.
When it comes to Nate Meyer, and even Johnny Glad, I'll throw Johnny in there. If I get my jumper going, if it's on fire, Johnny knows better than anyone.
Yeah.
You can't stop me.
I mean, honestly,
And Nate is a good rebounder. He's got a good down low body. He's very fast for his size and stuff like that. And he's a good basketball player. He's got experience. He's played middle school ball. He's played a lot of rec ball in his life. But listen, if Nate wants me to play one-on-one, he's going to get this work because I have been working on my jumper and it's coming together.
I mean, honestly, are you scared of Nate Meyer at all?
No. Listen, I love Nate to death, but he can't beat me in basketball. You just can't.
Johnny's probably the perfect person to have here because he's gotten the work from both of us on the same day.
I don't think either of them beat me on the same day.
Really?
Together.
Really,
Never.
Johnny.
Last time I played Truman, we won. He made me play full court. Didn't work out for him. Travis, I beat him with my right hand. I'm a lefty, so he doesn't want to talk about
Johnny doesn't want to talk.
Because when Johnny plays you, he plays you after a full meal or after a graduation party at midnight, and he thinks he's a beast.
Yeah, but Johnny doesn't know. Johnny, when he knows better than anyone. If I hit that first jumper, he's like, oh fuck. He literally, he's thinking about it right now. He goes, I know his face exactly. If I drain that first jumper for 2 points or whatever we're playing by, twos or threes, Johnny just shits himself.
Well, what rules are you playing on 7 foot? On
I don't know what
Nate's calling us out. So it's his
said,
birthday. By the way, happy birthday, Nate.
It's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
March 5th is his birthday.
I'll give him both score predictions for both your games.
Well, okay, hold on that. Which is why we're not trying to go too hard on him right now because it's his birthday.
Exactly. I want him to relax today.
I think he just turned 18, so I guess it is legal for us now to beat his ass, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, that's good. It's winter, it's snowing right now, so we can't play right now. But I mean, honestly, if we play Lodi rules too,
he comes out here, he doesn't know what's gonna happen.
He doesn't know what's gonna happen. I mean, Johnny barely knows what's gonna happen. He's gotten his ass beat multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
Never
but listen,
time.
Nate, love you to death. Happy birthday, man. But you can't call us out like that. You're gonna lose. And listen, I'm not gonna even talk shit about the Travis versus Nate game. I don't know. That's a close game. That's gonna be.
Listen, that's the same thing with this. I have to have my mid-range working. If the mid-range is working early on, it's going to be over pretty quickly. If I can drain a 3 early on in the game, I think Nate he'll underestimate my abilities, I think, coming into this, like most people will. Johnny's done that multiple times. They underestimate my ability, and I come out there, and I give him a good crossover, a 1-2 Euro step, and I start to drain shots, and it's over. It's easy. Then I'll start talking shit. And when I talk shit, I get into people's heads. I start to build, a nice little real estate community inside of their heads. And it's over. And I think I could easily do that with Nate. And I think it'd be over really quickly, 11-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tight game. But I think with Nate, it comes down to I don't want him to be one of those people who come out here and I give them a little slap on the wrist, and they start whining, calling fouls and
Exactly.
stuff like that. Johnny knows he's one of those people.
Yeah.
If he's in his feels, he will start calling slaps on the wrist and stuff.
Like Nate,
You know that's my game. You know
Nate
that's how I
strikes me
play.
as the person who's like, oh, we gotta do free throws now.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah,
Free
I
throw
could see that. I
contest.
could see
Like-
him being that.
Watch the double dribbles. That's all I'm gonna say.
Johnny will.
They don't know
He'll
how to
call
dribble.
all
Johnny's,
that
yeah,
shit. Yeah,
he'll be like,
he's
He
in
don't
his
double
feels.
dribble.
It's windy
Yeah.
out. It's cold out. Johnny's in his feels. He's all
He'll
mad.
dunk on Johnny and then he'll call travel.
Travis,
or
I don't.
something
I
like
asked
that.
Travis what happened to the graduation parties. I want to bring that
The
up.
graduation party.
No,
that was
that
like
was bad.
1 in the
for
morning.
Travis.
And
No, that was during the day. When we were
Oh my
playing.
gosh, John. But yeah, like I said, Nate, anytime I've said it multiple times. Anytime anybody wants to call me out, they can get to work anytime. Next time we have Nate on the show, we'll play a game. And honestly,
Definitely gonna need him on for March Madness. So it should be in the next 2 weeks where we have him on.
yeah, we gotta buy a basketball.
And
first.
that's guaranteed.
We don't
That's
have a
out of your pocket, but
We don't have a basketball.
that's guaranteed. I will drive home from Ashland. I will hop in my car, and I will come home for that, and I will gladly beat Nate in my hometown.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny, do score predictions right now. Go ahead.
I got Nate winning both.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, Johnny's.
I've seen
Johnny's
Nate
a little
play.
salty.
It's cold out. John's in his feels.
Played-
he
I
just
played
filled up
Nate
his-
in rec
his
ball
wiper
before.
Fluid. He's cold.
He's in my gym class once too. I've played some basketball. Not a lot, I would say, but I've seen him play a couple times. I'd say Travis.
I got a 2-year
We'll-
age difference on him.
Yeah, it doesn't
Can't forget
matter.
that.
So he's bigger than you, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
Travis, I think you'll score. He'll beat you 11-4.
Wow.
Truman, he'll beat you 11-6.
See, this is again coming from somebody who's gotten their ass beat by us multiple times.
Yes, Johnny
So-
has to admit right now on this show that at least every time we play him, it is a 50-50 up ball game. You're not better than us like by a lot by any means. You listen.
If we played normal basketball,
Normal basketball. He
I
doesn't
would
call
beat you.
Lodi
Yeah, he
rules.
doesn't call
Lodi
our
rules.
rules basketball.
I beat you every time. If we play
No.
your rules, then it's I don't know.
Like I said on the last show, I'm not a one-on-one player. Like I'm more of a 4-on-4, 5-on-5 guy. That's
Push
where
push the ball up,
I'm a
right?
floor general. I push the ball. I run fast breaks. I tire people out. But I can play one-on-one against really inferior players like Nate Meyer,
Ooh.
and I will be able to kick his ass very
He's
easily.
bigger than you.
Yes,
so-
Nate, I will gladly come home and beat you, whether it's raining out, snowing out, sunny out.
That's another thing. We'll have the game set. He'll come in. It'll be raining, and he won't want to play.
No, he's gonna be like, okay, I need free throws.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
his thing. He's a
that's
free
gonna
throw
be-
guy. Johnny and him, they're the free throw guys. They don't play Lodi rules.
Never-
Johnny,
free
you get a slap on the wrist. Johnny starts complaining and shit like that. But like, Nate, come on, anytime. I'm again, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Appreciate
happy birthday.
you. But we're ready to take you down.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty quick, pretty easy battle. And I think it'll be over really quick. So anytime, Nate, you want to come on, we'll get you on here soon. March Madness, like you said, he's good for that. We'll get him on. We'll start.
He could be a draft guy too. Nate's a big Browns fan, but you know that's not the conversation. Not gonna talk about a sports analyst
No.
here.
No.
We're talking about Nate and his basketball skills and how he will not beat us.
I mean, he's the first person to call us out. You know, he's brave enough to do that. But I think once this game gets cleared out here, once we beat him, you know, pretty easily, both of us, I think we'll start to see a lot less people call us out time and time again.
Agreed.
So that's it for that. You know, Nate Meyer, go ahead. Anytime you want to play, we'll play. Let's move on to football now. We had the combine this weekend. Pretty good combine, I would say. One of the
Yeah, I mean that was honestly one of the fastest combines from like a consistent speed. If you talk about just the 40s, that's definitely one of the. I don't even know the record or like if they do that even kind of like as a stat, but that has to be one of the fastest combines I've ever seen or witnessed. Just from like you didn't have your John Rosses or your Chris Johnsons like 4-2-1 or whatever the hell they did, but you had a consistent like 4-4 from like outside linebackers, pass rushers. And, you know, the corners were really fast. The wide receivers were really fast. But I think you got a really talented draft here, especially if you're a defensive needy team, and which Packers and Steelers are. So I'm very much looking forward to the rest of this draft season.
They said if they wanted to go pick 1 through 32, and it was just defensive players, that you can only take defensive players, the Patriots would be happy with the player they got at 32.
Easily.
That's how deep of a draft this is defensively. I think we can all agree that DK Metcalf was probably the biggest storyline / player to come out of this.
I mean, I thought Montez Sweat running a 4.41 as a outside linebacker defensive
That
end
was
type.
insane.
I think that is to me the biggest storyline, but that's also because I want Packers drafting. But as far as like media, DK Metcalf easily is by far the biggest story because, I mean, 1.6 body fat,
4.33.
4.33. Guy looks like he's The Rock playing
he's
wide
huge.
receiver. So I mean, obviously you're gonna talk. You didn't think it was that impressive. Travis
I
didn't.
agree. I mean,
The
I
three
think
cone
he's,
drill. Did you
yeah,
see that?
string cone. I don't know how much that means. I'm not like a
The 3 cone
scout,
drill.
but it was like the second worst.
It
I'm
was-
pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I think the 40. I think that sometimes it's like a little
A
overrated
little
in my
overhyped,
opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, his like, he didn't really get hyped up until you saw a picture with him with his shirt off. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was good in college, but did you
I didn't.
you last year? You're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch DK Metcalf.
No, he
He's
had
a
his
beast.
teammate A.J. Brown was ranked ahead of him, the other wide receiver.
Yeah,
there at
I've
Ole Miss.
I've seen mock drafts where the Steelers draft
Why
him.
is
Yeah.
Mississippi so good and they suck in football? Like Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Why are they like having these studly ass?
But I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying like.
No, he had a good showing. But again, that 3 cone drill is a concern to me because 3 cone drill shows you can cut and you can
Yeah,
cut with
that's
speed.
what I don't know.
And a wide receiver, I feel like that's probably the most important thing you have to do as a wide receiver is to be able to cut with speed. And Metcalf ran a slower 3 cone drill than Tom Brady.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Okay. Here's where I look
But
at
he did
it.
run a 4.3, so.
He did run, yeah.
And look at him.
An NFL team. He's going to be drafted. In my opinion, probably going to be drafted in the top 15.
I'd even say top 10.
Yeah, I'm just saying in top 15 overall. I think that he will be drafted, and the team will be very happy with their draft pick because they're going to get a guy who is 1.6% body fat, ran a 4.33. How much weight is he? How many
I don't
pounds
know.
is he? He's up there. He's big. People
I
are
don't-
comparing him to Julio. And listen, I would be completely happy. Obviously, we have bigger needs than wide receiver. But if Packers got a DK Metcalf, I'd be completely excited because you're going to get an NFL team who's going to have professional weight training staff and professional coaches all over. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy to teach cuts and hips and stuff like that, but if he has all the tools in place, like good weight, good body size, and he's fast, I think it's easier for him to develop better cuts, better 3 cone drill
I
or
wouldn't mind throwing the
whatnot.
ball up to him.
Yeah,
just put it that way. Like,
yeah,
I'm not
exactly. Aaron Rodgers throw the ball to him. That's fine.
He's 6'3", 228.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
he's 6'3".
He's got the size. He's got the speed. I understand his 3 cone drill or whatever drills Warren is good, and that is kind of scary. But I think a professional weight training staff, professional coaching staff is going to get to him, and I think it'll be easier to develop those things when he has the weight, the size, and the speed.
Yeah, I think he's got all that, but I don't know. If I'm a Packers, I don't want the Packers taking him at 12.
No, we have bigger needs.
Yeah, well, we have bigger needs than that. Even if we did need a wide receiver, though, I feel like 12 is too high for DK Metcalf.
If the Packers had the biggest need at wide receiver and no other need, they were wide receiver away from winning the Super Bowl,
I'd
I would
rather
take
have
DK Metcalf.
Hollywood Brown,
No.
in my opinion.
No.
But again, I think this is the combine.
I think it's a very good receiving draft.
I think this is the problem with the combine, though. People get too hyped up on these players, over one stat. You look at John Ross a couple years ago. He ran the record 40 time, and now he's looked at it being traded. The Bengals want to trade him. It's just, I think you have to look at the on-the-field tape more than the measurements like the 40 time or even his body fat. It's impressive, and it's cool to say it's a cool stat, but I just think other things are more important than that. He didn't put up jaw-dropping numbers at Ole Miss last year, and I think that's the most important thing.
I mean, I agree, but I disagree in the same way. I think DK Metcalf is a great investment. I think he's definitely should be a top 15 pick, based on his size and stuff like that. It's just it's unheard of to get a player that's 1.6% body fat who can run 4.33 with the size he has, and I think he's a little bit of a project, but I think he's a great investment, and he has all the intangibles right there.
I think I'd even say Paris Campbell's combine was almost as impressive as DK Metcalf's. Not right up there, but he did have, he was probably the second most.
Yeah,
completely two different.
We already knew he was fast.
Yeah, we know Paris Campbell.
Everyone was expecting DK to run like
the biggest worry about Paris
4 or
Campbell.
5.
Everyone was going,
six,
he's going to run a 4.6.
Biggest worry about Paris Campbell was his ability to catch the ball. If you get the ball in Paris Campbell's hands, he's going to score a touchdown. That's every single time that happened at Ohio State. Anytime he got the ball, he would.
So
run
what?
for
Did he
miles.
catch all his balls in the?
He
in
did
his
in
drills.
that gauntlet drill.
Okay,
But anyways,
great.
He showcased his explosiveness.
He did look good in that drill, I will admit. The
Metcalf
gauntlet, whatever.
looked pretty damn
He looked
explosive,
good.
too.
He had a great 40 time.
How did this turn from DK Metcalf to Paris Campbell?
Because I think DK Metcalf had an impressive combine, but I think other guys had the same level of impressiveness. I think Montez Sweat right up there too.
What about the
yeah,
Iowa guy, the tight end?
Noah Fant too. Noah Fant
Yeah.
had a fantastic combine.
I
as well.
agree. There are other guys that had a fantastic combine, but there has never been someone to step through those doors at the combine with 1.6% body fat.
Why is that impressive? Why is
What do you mean he's a rock?
He's in good, yeah.
he's in good shape? Like I feel
He's
like
literally
every
a
guy-
rock. He has cuts on his body where people didn't think cuts could
Okay,
be.
that's great. But how does that help him catch the football?
It helps him be an
Like
absolute physically dominant player.
There's a million players in the NFL that are in shape.
I think if you put up a corner, just give me a corner.
Artie
Josh Norman, Artie Burns, some corner. How are they going to be able to look at DK Metcalf and say, there is no corner in the league, be like, I can physically dominate this kid?
I can guarantee you there's a couple
I'm sure like
corners that's-
Rams.
I'm sure people can say like, oh yeah, I mean this kid probably doesn't have the best hands in the world. He's probably not the best at cutting and stuff like that. But is there going to be one corner in the NFL who's going to be able to say, I can physically dominate this kid?
So you think he's going to be one of the most physically dominating receivers of all time then?
No, Travis.
That's what you're saying. You're saying
completely
there's no- you're
twisted
saying
my words.
you're
I'm
saying-
saying I literally said from the start of this that he is a project and you have to develop things.
You're saying
But
there's
I'm
no
saying
corner.
there is no corner who's going to be able to look at DK Metcalf and say that I am physically a better player than this guy, and I'm going to be able to dominate
So
him.
you're saying what you just said.
Because
there-
there's no one
what
who
you
has...
just said there. You said there's no quarterback in the NFL that's going to be able to physically dominate him.
Yeah, I don't think there's a cornerback in the NFL who could physically dominate Julio Jones.
Yeah, I think Julio Jones is one of the best receivers in the NFL, but they can shut him down. It's not impossible.
Exactly, but
It
there's
is-
no corner who can
For all in all, I
physically
think DK
shut
Metcalf's
him
going
down.
to be a bust.
Okay,
I don't think he's going to be that good.
bust. But we can if I'll change topics later. But I called Josh Rosen a bust, and now he's going to be a third-round pick. But okay,
Josh
keep going.
How's he
Okay.
going to be a third-round pick? But he's already a first-round pick. Okay, but
traded
anyways,
for a third round pick.
we'll go on that. We'll
Exactly.
go off of that. Any other guys you want to talk about from the combine? Dwayne Haskins ran, what, 5:04, 40?
He looked good in every other drill, but his 40 was very simple.
Yeah, I
But
mean he's got a good arm.
He's not a running quarterback.
Yeah, I
Stephen
know.
A. Smith. He is.
Yeah, well, Stephen A. Smith. And about Trace McSorley, Johnny? They're training him
I mean,
as a
I wa-
DB.
He didn't do that obviously because he's worked all that time to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
Wait,
If
he
you're a
denied-
quarterback,
He denied he didn't want to do it?
No,
Oh.
I mean he works like he's not
if you're a
gonna go be a
quarterback,
defensive
you
back.
worked your ass off like you to learn defenses and stuff like that and learn
I
reads.
think he had the fastest 40 time at quarterback. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think
Yeah,
I
so-
like McSorley or whatever the hell his name
There
is.
you go. You
But,
finally said it right.
But Haskins is the one that he wasn't
Murray
gonna
did
ever
a run, right?
Murray did.
I don't
nothing
get why.
after
I wanted to
that.
watch him. I don't know why didn't he? Is there a
He
reason
did his
behind it?
height, and he was 5'10".
Yeah, his height. I don't care about his. I mean, I care, but like.
No,
it's
but
like the one
Haskins. Haskins the one that everyone kind of looked at because Murray didn't do anything. I mean, Haskins did what he needed
I
to
think Will
do
Greer
and
didn't impress
prove
me.
that.
Why didn't Will Greer
I
impress you?
don't know. He just, like, I liked him. I'm like,
Yeah, I
it's
like
not
Will
look
Greer,
good.
but
I don't know.
I like this quarterback class. I think there's some interesting
Jake Browning.
projects.
I thought Jake Browning.
Jake Browning. I think Drew Lock's an interesting prospect. I think Tyree Jackson from Buffalo is
A lot of people
interesting
liked
as
him.
well.
He's
Yeah.
big.
He's like 6'7", isn't he?
Yeah, 6'7".
I think there's only going to be. I like Locke. I like Greer. I like Haskins. I mean, I don't like Haskins, but I like him as a quarterback. But I think there's just. I mean, you hear about that all the time with like quarterbacks that are going to go in the 4th and 5th round that are projects, but it'll turn out either way. But I don't know. Like Brett Hundley was supposed to be a project. He sucks now.
I mean, he
So,
was
like-
a project, but it never worked out.
Exactly. So some of these players you're gonna have to take a lot of time with, and I think like Tyree Jackson's one of the players you're gonna have to take a lot of time with if he's gonna have success. Will Greer, I like him a lot. Gonna have to take some time to have some success with, and he just goes on and on and on. But I think for the surefire players like Kyler Murray can have success year one, Dwayne Haskins can have success year one, and Locke can have success year one. But outside
What?
of that, I don't.
Who am I thinking of here? The Devin White and Devin Bush. I get those two confused a lot. They both had good times. I think Devin White had more of an impressive time. What did he run? He ran an insane 40.
I don't know, but Devin White is interesting because
He's going to be a top 10 pick easily.
a lot of people are like.
4.42 40 from a
Yeah.
linebacker is insane.
Devaluing though, like the inside linebacker position, and saying that you can really, and I kind of agree with them in ways. After watching the Packers, you can find an inside linebacker that's a stopgap player, kind of like mediocre.
Yeah,
But like Devin White's a generational talent. I feel like,
and Devin Bush too. I got to give him credit. He ran a good 40 as well.
Some Steelers maybe in mock drafts get him.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, it's one of the most, probably the deepest defensive draft we've had in a very long time, and I think this weekend showed us that. I mean, I think people are also kind of putting down, the offensive skill positions in this draft. There's a ton of talent in this draft. It's a very deep draft, and I think some teams are going to be able to find some players out of this draft. But all in all, pretty good combine.
I think the only position that's weak is running back.
Yeah, I mean,
really
you had Jacobs from Alabama, but that's it. I mean,
it's another position that's kind of devalued, but
you can find a running back anywhere. So
that's true.
I mean,
but that's like another thing though. Like Saquon is generational talent, and like Devin White is generational talent. So like there's like positions where you can like find anywhere you can get mediocre players.
Like,
but do you really want to pass up on generational talent like Saquon or Devin White?
I mean, I would really never want to spend the first round pick on a running back.
If it's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
But like Phillip Lindsay was undrafted and he led the league in rushing last year.
Okay, but Saquon Barkley just changes the game.
Saquon is a game changer, and he's going to be a New York Giant.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I'm sitting there and it's like I got, I can pick like a once in a generational linebacker or once in a generational running back. I'm taking the linebacker over the running back.
I mean, it depends on your team need at that point. I mean, Saquon is just insane, and people still arguing whether the Giants should have taken Sam Darnold or Saquon Barkley. It's so stupid to me because Saquon Barkley literally was rookie.
And now the Giants can get Dwayne Haskins. But whatever. That's it for the draft and the combine. What do you want to talk about? Let's do Jason Witten right now. We'll wrap that up. So Jason Witten came out of retirement. He is going back to the Cowboys. 1 year, $3.5 million. He's actually going to be getting paid less with the Cowboys than he would at ESPN, but he gets with incentives. It can go up to $5 million, but that's like incentives like making the Pro Bowl and stuff like that. And nobody thinks Jason Witten at 45 years old or however old he's going to make the Pro Bowl. But this is an interesting thing. I think he struggled at ESPN. He sucked. I don't really think anybody liked him and his commentary.
Oh my gosh, people are rude to these commentators.
He didn't do a good job.
They just sit up there and they just talk football.
I think he has to be able to do a good job at it.
I didn't think he was
amazing.
I don't think he was noticeably like horrible.
The Monday Night Crew did not do that great of a job this year. There was multiple times they've had problems.
Because I like hearing a football guy like Jason Witten talk football.
He doesn't talk football. Like, you look, Romo is a guy who talks football.
Yeah, like Romo's obviously better than Jason Witten. And I'm not saying Jason Witten did good, but I don't know why people are literally tearing him apart. I thought he did his job just like he was fine. I didn't think he was like if he was stuttering every other word, wasn't talking football, then I'd be like, okay, this guy's noticeably bad.
There was multiple clips where he stuttered over his words. He didn't really even do a complete
Every time I watch Monday Night Football, which is pretty much every Monday, I guess I wasn't really listening, but I was fine with what he was saying, and I thought he was really insightful.
A lot better person. I think a guy like Peyton Manning would be fantastic.
I think Peyton Manning would be very good, but I think there's guys who are going to be much better than Jason Witten. But literally,
he was a robot up there the entire time. It was boring. He wasn't personable.
Like, why does he got to get ripped on for being just talking football?
Because it's his job.
Yeah, but like, come on. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do. I didn't think
he didn't do what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be personal. He's supposed to be fun, and he wasn't like that at all.
I literally liked him as a commentator. I'm the only one in the world who liked him.
Like, everybody
I didn't like him, but
yeah.
I didn't think he was like.
Everyone was saying he kind of got fired from ESPN, and that's why he went to the Cowboys because he didn't really have a job.
How old
he
is
didn't want to look. I don't know how old he is. How old is Jason?
But I don't know. Jason Witten's. I don't know. He'll be a good veteran presence.
37. So he's not that old.
He's gonna be like.
He'll be a good veteran presence for them.
It's like Antonio Gates.
They have no talent at the tight end position.
They'll probably draft one this year. This is a deep draft for tight ends, and it'd be perfect for them to have Jason Witten and a rookie. Guy. Yeah, one of the Iowa guys. Pick Jason Witten and a rookie and let him go, and I think that'd be great for the Cowboys. I really see why the Cowboys did it. And Jason Witten, if he just missed it and loves football, why not? So I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and I kind of want to watch him next year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens again. They're looking for a name now in the Monday Night Booth.
Brett Favre.
Pat Mack.
Brett Favre. Pat McAfee would be fun.
Brett Favre.
I don't know if they do it.
They don't think they do that.
I don't think
he does all the
He
drugs
jokes
and
too
stuff.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. He talks about how he does smoke weed all the time and stuff like that. But with that, I don't think there's anything else. We'll talk about some of the franchise tag guys in football right now. Go through it real quick. We'll start with, hold on, let me see. D Ford got franchise tag by the Chiefs. Their star edge rusher. He was a first round pick a couple years ago. He's 27.
Auburn.
Yeah, 27 years old. 2014 first round pick. He had a great year last year for the Chiefs. I think he kind of broke through finally. I don't think he was a bust per se for the first couple of years, but he kind of broke through the last couple of months. Now, pass rusher, we're going to go through this list. There's about 4 to 5 pass rushers on this list that have been franchise tagged because guys don't want to let their star pass rushers go to the open market because they will get paid, and they will get paid a lot. And the Chiefs did that right now. They franchise tagged D Ford because he would have gotten paid a ton of money on the open market.
I think D Ford's a really good player, but like I told you before the show, and you just failed to forget, they're trying to trade him with the franchise tag because the franchise tag is basically just a longer extension on trying to come to a longer term deal. And the Chiefs are trying to trade him, get rid of that. If they can't do that, obviously they'll do whatever they need to do.
Are they also switching their defense? Is that them? There's 4-3 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Spagnuolo. And it's actually interesting that Packers outside linebacker coach came from Kansas City.
So there you go. You heard it here first. D Ford.
So if he's trying to go with the person who rejuvenated his career, Green Bay, give him a second round pick, no big deal. But they're trying to trade him. But I think for Kansas City, I wouldn't try to trade D Ford. I think having a pass rusher is very good, and I could see why he's trying to get more money. If he's trying to get a lot of money, trade him because he's not over the moon great. But I think he's a very consistent, good pass rusher, and I think he. Pass rushing is not all about, sacks. It's about just getting pressure on the quarterback and forcing him, out of the pocket or whatever. And I think D Ford did a lot of that last year. So I like D Ford a lot. And I think it was a good move for the Chiefs to try and retain him. But if they're going to trade him, I wouldn't do it. But, we'll see.
All right, so next guy, a guy who stops pass rushers, Donovan Smith from Penn State, Johnny. Second round pick a couple years ago. He got franchise tagged by the Buccaneers, but he just signed a 3-year extension for $41 million. Since he got drafted a couple years ago, he's started all 64 games at left tackle for the Buccaneers. He has been nothing but consistent anchor on the offensive line. And now he is going to be there for the next couple years. Donovan Smith, I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback. But if you're going to, bring in a new guy or whatever, you're going to want to keep him upright, and Donovan Smith helps you to do that.
If you're, left tackle,
they signed what's that dude?
Ali
Marpet.
Yeah.
They signed
I don't know who that is.
But Donovan Smith is, it's hard to find. It's probably, next to quarterback, hardest to find someone who can protect the blind side of your franchise quarterback. Obviously, they don't have a franchise quarterback right now. At least I don't think.
It's good for a young guy, too.
If you are going to go with a young guy, it's good to have your blind side guy. And, it's good for the Buccaneers to have that guy who's probably going to be there for the next 10 years. Obviously, signing only a 3-year deal, but he'll probably be there for the next generation.
Yeah, so good franchise tag there. I don't really like when they... I wouldn't want the Packers to use a franchise tag.
Depends on who.
I don't
franchise tag.
Johnny can explain us every single thing you want about the franchise tag as a Le'Veon Bell.
It's an interesting process.
But I would if it's a good player.
It depends.
None of their free agents this year I'd use the franchise tag on. But if it's a good player, last time the Packers used the franchise tag was 2010 with Colin Jenkins. If that's all my memory.
Lost him.
If my memory serves correctly. Well, Colin Jenkins was completely injury prone after. I think we did sign him after that.
No, we lost him to the Eagles after that.
I can't remember if they got him back on a 2-year deal or something like that after. But Colin Jenkins was a good player at the time. But I mean, I would use it if you're trying to really retain that player, and you just want an extension on trying to.
I guess they're trying to get rid of it though. Next CBA, the players are going to try to get rid of it because I guess they think
Yeah,
it's
the players
unfair.
don't like it.
Yeah.
Is it because it's not guaranteed, right? If you get
Yeah.
hurt?
No, I think it is. Isn't it guaranteed money? It's a set amount of money though.
I'm pretty
Johnny,
sure.
you
something
know
like
this.
Yeah, and it's not because that's why. Well, no, that's like Le'Veon Bell's big
Can
thing.
you
'Cause
look
if he
up
tore
if
his
Paul
ACL or
Jenkins-
something,
Can you fact check me on that? I want to know if I was completely right on that.
no, it's not guaranteed. He didn't because he didn't play. Or 'cause
Last
he didn't sign-
Packers
Did he get paid? He didn't
franchise
get
No.
paid last year.
He,
No,
he
he
didn't
has to
sign to
play.
it though.
But
Well,
yeah,
he was all screwed up.
Yeah,
he
he's-
didn't show up for what he needed.
No, he
to
didn't
show
sign
up.
for
Yeah.
it. He never actually agreed to it.
Jadeveon Clowney got the franchise tag too. I think everybody saw that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. And
Watch that, but yeah, when he's
you don't
healthy,
think he is?
when he's healthy,
Watch
he
that.
is. But
Watch that. What the hell are you talking about? He
when
played
he's
all 16
healthy-
games
I'll take him
last
on the
year.
Steelers.
when he's healthy, I mean, I'd love to take Jadeveon Clowney, but when he's healthy, but it definitely a good franchise signing.
I guess it's
franchise
his only
tag.
knock is his injuries.
I mean, he
The
played every single game.
A good franchise tag that I would say is Jadeveon Clowney, but I would hope because this is like an opportunity for the Texans maybe to see if they pull it off, wait off, to see if he is going to put up another consistently good, healthy season. And I think that's what this is all about for them.
I mean, Frank Clark also got the tag too. Yeah, Packers didn't use a franchise tag in Colin Jenkins.
Yes, they did.
Are you sure about that? 'Cause 2010.
100% positive.
All right. Well, Frank Clark, talk about that.
Frank Clark, that's another. I mean, it's hard to find pass rushers in this league.
And Demarcus Lawrence just to lump it all in there. I mean,
Yeah, it's hard to find good pass rushers in this league, and these guys are two players who I think this is good for the team because they're going to be able to figure out if these players can put up 2 back-to-back good, consistent seasons, and they're worth a hefty, nice contract. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is because I think he's put up a couple back-to-back really good seasons, so I think they'll get a deal done sooner. But Frank Clark,
no, you're thinking of Ryan Pickett.
Ryan Pickett, dang it.
Yeah.
But same thing over there. It doesn't matter.
I mean, that's the same player. But.
Yeah. But I think, it's hard to find a really good pass rusher in this league. And I think with the Seahawks, Frank Clark, can he put up another good back-to-back consistent season? And then he'll get a nice hefty deal from the Seahawks next offseason.
Grady Jarrett also got franchise tagged. Again, Grady Jarrett has been a pretty good player for the last couple of years. First round pick in 2015. Big deal in the Super Bowl. Big deal in that Super Bowl run. Keeping together that young Falcons defense was a priority, I think, for the Falcons. They're trying to sign Deion Jones to a new deal as well.
Yeah, they need defensive help, obviously, but they have a nice little young core of defensive
They
players.
just got to stay healthy.
And they got to stay healthy, and they got to get a little bit more. But keeping together those, Deion Jones, Grady Jarrett, that's 2 very important players to them. So that was a pretty damn good deal for them.
All right, we're going to move now to, I want Johnny to go off a little bit on Antonio Brown here, help break us down. He's a Steelers expert. But before that, I had to remind you guys about our guy, Dom, at D's Home Cuts. Dom's Home Cuts has been providing professional haircuts to many boys, many men around Northeast Ohio for the last couple of months now. Is he had a year yet? Yeah, he is, right?
Oh, he's well over it.
2 years so far.
He's been over here.
He's been providing professional style haircuts around Northeast Ohio for a very low price. For only $7, D's Home Cuts will provide you with a professional haircut at a low price. Me, Truman, Johnny, about 90% of our guests have gotten their haircut at D's at least once, or their lifetime clients. Check out his Instagram at Dom's Home Cuts. You can send him a DM to set up an appointment if you want to check him out. There's also a bunch of videos on there of past cuts he's done. If you want to get sort of a reference. But you can walk in there any single time. You don't have to know what you want. Dom will be able to provide you with a great cut and kind of show you what looks good on you. And he'll set you up pretty nice. So go check him out. D's Home Cuts, professional haircuts at a low price. So Johnny, Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
That's
where
been
do
a
you
mess
start?
since this last week of the NFL when he quit on his team.
Yeah, when they played the Bengals,
Yep.
it came out.
He
He
quit,
wasn't
right?
going to play, and everyone was confused, obviously. You're like,
He
okay,
quit.
he's
was to go to
hurt.
the
And I was, because I
playoffs,
thought he
right?
was hurt. I'm like, I'm freaking out,
Gotta
because what if
win
we get in the
that.
playoffs and he's hurt?
Yeah.
Then a report comes out,
That
he wasn't hurt. And then the report comes out he's skipping Saturday or something, wasn't
Yeah.
contacting the coaches. And then from there, he starts tweeting, he starts following the 49ers, he takes the Steelers out of his bio. And I'm like, well, okay, what is going on? No one
You
knows.
went through this nightmare with
And he's
Le'Veon
tweeting
Bell.
out, everything will come out soon. Actions speak louder than words. He's posting stuff on his Instagram Live saying the truth will come out. He says it again, actions speak louder than words. And now I'm like, okay, so I don't know what's going on. And then Tomlin and Rooney are trying to reach out to him. He's just completely ignoring that, obviously.
Dyes his beard.
Dyes his beard.
Like brown.
He's got some blue spikes. And then from there, just really spun out of control. He made it pretty clear he does not want to be on the Steelers. And he, like, if you looked at like his likes on Twitter, he'd like stuff saying Ben Roethlisberger's like a rapist.
Yeah.
He did like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I knew he hated Ben Roethlisberger.
because like there was a tweet of a guy saying like people give AB's like shit for like, what like, just him how he's acting.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah.
no, everyone's ignoring the stuff about Big Ben.
Okay, I didn't know he like said.
So
like,
he took a lot, yeah.
So
and then
basically,
obviously,
he called Big Ben a rapist.
I mean,
I wouldn't
Is
say
this
that.
is this a new?
Spot the lie.
It's not new. It was on. I didn't see it in his.
Is this a
like,
revelation?
Not at all.
Johnny's come out with this one.
no.
But, yeah.
And obviously, you liked all the stuff with the Packers. You always would be sending me that.
Yeah, I like that.
And then 49ers. I don't think 49ers is going to happen. Or the Packers. But then he had the... What was it? What's LeBron's show?
Oh, barbershop.
And then he's talking to LeBron about
It's
Big
just-
Ben being an owner player. Or like a player with an owner's mentality. Why would you tell LeBron that? I don't know.
Yeah, LeBron's like
because
shaking his head.
LeBron is.
He's
the,
like, yeah, I hate when people are like that.
Like
That's you.
LeBron is.
So I don't know. That was interesting. And then obviously had the Rooney meeting where Rooney, classy man,
Yeah.
flew to Florida to him for, did all that, reached
Yeah.
out to him. And then another thing with the trading is,
He's gone. You know for a fact he's gone.
oh yeah, but Colbert did say if they don't get enough value, they wouldn't trade him. But
then he
you
would
can't
sit out.
But then
keep him.
Le'Veon said he'd sit.
He said you can't keep him.
He said,
Yeah, not
Antonio
Le'Veon, not
Brown
on Le'Veon.
said he's fine. He can just sit. He doesn't have to play next year. He'll retire. He even said if he has to.
That's insane.
I mean, this is probably, Johnny, the worst couple of months to be a Steelers
It's just
fan.
very frustrating because you just had the Le'Veon, like the Bell stuff finally ended, and then he started.
Yeah, I mean, you have a little bit of peace knowing you have a guy like Juju Smith to take over the number one
Yeah,
role.
you have.
And you had Connor when
someone.
Le'Veon.
I think Juju. I don't know what Steelers players anymore, but I think Juju will be there for forever. I think James Conner should be there for forever. I mean, you got to find your franchise.
And here's just like an
quarterback.
example. I'm just looking through like Antonio Brown's likes. Like Chris Carter.
Yeah.
Like said stuff like he's getting in a really bad habit right now where someone says something he's got to call him out or something,
Yeah.
and that's not helping. Like he just liked. I don't know if I want to read it out loud.
Just
What
read
did
it
he
out
say?
loud.
No,
Read it
I'm
out.
trying to
No,
find
you're
it.
good.
I was just making sure it wasn't weird.
Just read it out loud. We gotta. You can talk
He,
about it.
no, it wasn't anything bad. He was just liking a tweet saying like Chris Carter's net worth is only worth $9 million and AB's is $30 million. That's when Chris Carter said that. Because you know how AB said, oh, that's another thing. He said he doesn't need football now.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
And football's made.
And that's not really a good thing to say when you're attempting to get a lot of money. Because that's another thing.
Here's my question to you:
Oh God.
what is his deal with like saying, "Oh, your team better have guaranteed money for him"? Isn't he under contract? Like, how long is he under contract for? Why is he thinking
I
that
think
he's
3 more
gonna...
years.
That's the
So
thing.
why does he think he's gonna get a crap ton? Like, you're gonna get traded to the team, and then you're gonna stay with the same contract you have with the Steelers. What are you saying? Like, oh,
Can you
you're-
get it restructured? Is that what you can
Yeah,
do?
you can
He wants a
He
restructure.
thinks he's a free agent, but
Yeah.
he's not.
He's
Yeah,
not
the
free.
Steelers control what they want to do with him, and which is funny because I think if I was
So they
Steelers
can cut
GM,
him. They can cut him though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be
So
really
I think that's
stupid.
what he's trying to do. That's my
That'd be
opinion.
really
Piss
stupid.
him
I
off.
think
Do
his
it,
whole
dude.
thing is he was attempting to drive the Steelers so far away. They say, "All right, I'm get rid of him," but that's not
I
going to
could
happen.
see that, but the Steelers would be dumb to do that.
They'll send him like Buffalo or something.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I think. If
That's
I was
what
a Steelers GM, I'd be like, this guy's an ass.
send him-
I am sending him to Oakland. I'm sending him
Oakland,
to
I could see
No,
Oakland.
Washington's the funny one. I think send him to the Redskins.
Yeah, I don't know if they're exactly. I think
So
Oakland's the
die.
one. They're always repeatedly in talks with them, and they have a lot of those first round
Send
picks.
him
I don't
to
know if they'll
place
trade the first round
with
picks.
like the
but
worst
like that,
quarterback
though.
situation
I-
possible, and just let him die out. Because I mean, he's been like Big Ben
Give him to
has
Miami.
like made his career. I mean, if he didn't have Big Ben, would he be where he is now?
Okay, AB is a very good player.
Yeah, but
yeah, he's
I-
really good.
I'm not.
But
What do you-
I am not on
broken through.
AB's side in this because I think he. But like,
I think Big
AB
Ben's
is still a
still
very good player, and I think Big Ben is a very big asshole.
Yeah, but not. That's not. I don't think that's the whole reason. I think it's more money.
you know Big Ben's an asshole, right?
He says, yeah,
Yeah.
he's known around that. A lot of people around Pittsburgh
Yeah.
have said that. But I don't think that's the whole. I think he could have dealt with that because he even said, "I can deal with Big Ben calling me out." He said in the whatever LeBron show, it's like the
barbershop.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. What do you say? It's the what bothered him. Like something like we're not on the same terms. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But like to me, it doesn't make
also,
sense.
Also, my issue with the Steelers and your fandom's ownership is what the Steelers GM said about the 52 kids.
I think that
That's
just came
ridiculous.
out wrong though.
Okay, but that is ridiculous.
Yeah, you shouldn't say it. He said.
Listen to what he said. He said that Big Ben. I am completely fine with Big Ben taking leadership in the media and whatever he needs to do. It is pretty much like he has 52 kids under him. That is horrible.
I also think Cam Hayward's a big leader, and he gets under
exactly. And Villanueva or whatever, you're a big offensive lineman and stuff like that. Those are good players. But do you understand?
Pouncey, especially
all those guys. Those are really good players. Joe Hayden, same thing.
Yeah,
those
Joe
players under what your GM
defense.
said were kids.
Like Joe, Cam.
They said
Pouncey, those guys
said they were
team.
kids.
Yeah,
though.
no, I
that is horrible,
that.
and I would be pissed about that. But at the same time, AB is being a huge diva. But I can see why he's mad. But I think he's taking it overboard, if that makes sense. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where he thinks he's going to end up. I don't know what he thinks. Like, obviously the best option for him is he gets traded to a team like the Packers, 49ers, and then we restructure his deal. But he's just
I want AB in Green Bay, but if he thinks he's getting a nice fat new contract, I'm not.
No, I'm not paying this dude a bunch of money. We just paid Aaron Rodgers.
I'll throw a first round pick to the Steelers, but like
I'm not for him.
Oh no, you wouldn't give your 12th pick. But I'll throw him 30th pick, but I am not like giving him more money than he already has. He's fine.
And he's getting paid a pretty decent amount right now.
If he literally
okay. Take it back about the Big Ben. It was not about the rape incident. It was about the motorcycle incident. I found the tweet.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
it was okay. It was about so you know how he had the speeding ticket. Oh yeah, to add on that he had the stupid speeding ticket going, and he had the thing with his ex, one of his like baby mamas, I guess you can call it, where he pushed her out of the house or something. But I don't think that was a really big deal. I think that was exaggerated because they showed like the mark she had, and it was like a little scratch about. I don't know if that was really anything.
Yeah.
But then the speeding ticket came out, and it was just a tweet like someone saying like, yeah, he did that, but we're just gonna ignore the motorcycle accident that Big Ben had. So like
I don't know.
if you just look through his Twitter, you can see he does not like Ben Roethlisberger one bit. You just gotta scroll through it. It takes about 2 minutes to notice that.
I think they're both in the wrong, but AB's taking it completely overboard.
Yeah, he's calling out people left and right. You don't do that. You don't
mess around.
I mean that city, that franchise, they gave you a lot. Like seriously, they built.
They set him up. They kind of chose him over Bell.
They did kind of
a couple
much.
2 years ago because he gave him, I think it was 5 years.
But at the same time, I would be very mad if my GM said that about.
Yeah, but that was after that. That was.
I know, but that's just like part of it. He said, and that like really helped him out.
Yeah, I just let him go. No, I mean I'd trade him, but I mean I wouldn't mess around with this. I'd trade him as fast as I could.
Send him to Washington. Let his career
Send him to
I don't even want him in Oakland.
Send him to like Miami.
No. I actually don't. I want him to go to a colder team that has like no future.
Buffalo.
The Buffalo's got like a nice little
Jets. I don't know.
I literally know. Jets got a nice quarterback. What do the Redskins have? They got nothing.
That's like a shitty field too.
Shitty field, no fan base.
They're taking their name away.
You want send them to Washington, Johnny?
Yeah, there's something. I don't know.
They don't have any wide receivers there. They don't got anything there. That's where Josh.
Colt McCoy. They're planning to start Colt McCoy.
That's where Josh Norman went to die. Like send Antonio Brown there.
They're gonna die out. His what's the 2 minute? What's like the bonus you get? That's due March 17th. So they're gonna attempt to trade him here within the next 2 weeks, probably.
All right. Well, we got to move on from that one. Let's talk. We'll wrap up with this story. It's just all football today because we just had a lot we missed.
Yeah. AB did not call Big Ben a rapist. Take that back, but he did talk crap on him.
All right, because he's gonna be like liking tweets, calling you out and stuff.
Yeah. AB's. I don't want AB to call me out.
Call us up on the show. Start talking shit. But yeah, it's gonna be an all football show. We're gonna do the show tomorrow. We're gonna do Thursday show tomorrow. So we'll talk about all basketball there. But
because he wants to forget the Milwaukee Bucks are in first place. But
we'll talk about that in the next show.
Okay.
We're talking about Sean Oakman, though. You remember that guy, John?
I remember him.
Yeah, I think we all remember.
You want to talk about DK Metcalf?
That's
was
another
Size
guy.
up a bit.
I
Sean
honestly forgot it. I didn't know that happened to him until it came out.
I remember when it came up, and I honestly assumed that's just like. Oh, that's
It was
what he
bad
did.
of me to assume that, but I
Yeah,
did.
I
was
think
like,
this
okay,
is a good
kid's
story
huge.
for all of us to kind of take warning in these situations. But let's break down who Sean Oakman is.
I mean, you're not entering the draft, so.
So Sean Oakman, his junior year, he had an amazing junior year. He was going to be a first-round draft pick. Everybody assumed that he's going to be a first-round draft pick. But he decided to stay, and he went for his senior year in college, where he struggled. He was going to be number one overall pick. That's where he was projected, but then he struggled a lot his senior year, and he got pushed all the way back to the third or fourth round projection, somewhere around there. While he was getting ready for the draft, he had an okay combine, not great, but at the end of the day, he would have been picked just because of his size and his speed and all this. He didn't have a great combine or a great senior bowl, but still, he would have been picked. He then got accused of sexual assault from this girl. She accused him of raping him and stuff like that. And that's during the time where all that Baylor stuff started to come out, where they had multiple guys get accused of stuff like this. Their head coach, who's their head coach? Who is that?
Art Briles.
Art Briles got fired there. He ran a good program there for the last couple of years. He got fired. But it came out yesterday that the girl lied about it, and he didn't get convicted of it. I read the whole story, and like she said, they went back to her apartment and he raped her. But they found different text messages about her, and she was like planning on going home with him and all this stuff. It was like, anyways, he didn't get convicted of it. Now, Sean Oakman deserves another chance. I think we all believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's with the NFL, I mean, I'd love a team to take a shot on him, bring him into camp, or whether it is with the AAF, which I think is a great. This is going to be a great example for why the AAF should be around for guys like this. But I think this is a big story because it shows us that when people get accused of these type of things, not to immediately write them off and to not immediately put them as guilty, even though a lot of the times, not all of them, they are not guilty and people are just making it up so they can get money.
Yeah, it just kind of makes me mad because this guy lost out on a lot of money.
And you saw
And-
did you see his press conference? He was bawling.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 26 now. He's young, but she took away 3 years of his career. 3 years he could have been making millions of dollars. She took that away from him.
3 years of him, he could have set his family up. He could have started a family and stuff like that. He could have set himself up in a nice NFL career in a nice city, and she ruined that for him. I want to see her pay. I don't know who she is. Johnny, what's her
Yeah,
name?
Johnny.
I don't know where.
But I don't know her name, but her name should be known because she should have to pay. She should have to do some type of time
Yeah,
for
she
this.
pretty much
She
ruined his
should
life.
owe him
Yeah.
a lot of money. And it is actually ridiculous that, I think this should be at the top of the headlines.
It's really sad.
I mean, you look
Yeah.
at it, even...
What's her
like,
name, though, John?
Yeah.
I don't know her
Johnny.
name.
Well,
I'm
Art
gonna
Briles
look
got
up.
fired over it, obviously...
Well, there was way more. He should have
Yeah,
gotten fired.
he should
for
have
that.
got fired.
The whole
But
Baylor
still,
program
his
should be
whole
on
career
fire.
Oh, yeah, that's-
But, yeah.
His whole career has been ruined. Sean Oakman, like I said...
Well, Art
he did-
Briles' career should have been ruined.
Well, yeah, but how many of those situations do we know were true?
Okay, Travis.
It's a slippery slope. Yeah, I get that. But
A lot of those are guilty cases.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah, a lot of those are true, factual.
Yeah, like
I'm
his-
pretty sure he was in the prostitution ring, too.
Was he?
I don't know, but but we're talking about Sean Oakman here.
Yeah, Sean Oakman.
Okay, but Art Briles did a lot of...
I'd love the Packers to go out and give him a shot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, is he still as big as he was?
Yeah, he stayed in shape the entire time because he knows he wants to play. He wants to play in the NFL. He wants to have
Who's
another
he
shot. But wait, let me see this here. Art Briles shit.
They did a lot more. I don't know if it was prostitution or...
You stick it up for him, or what's he
Yeah,
doing?
Art Briles.
Well,
okay.
everybody's writing him off. I think we need to look into this.
Sean Oakman, yes.
We're not
We
talking
believe that he should be back, but Art Briles and the Baylor program did a lot of stupid stuff.
Art Briles has been largely exonerated from all charges, and he is likely to be in the 2019 hiring process in the NCAA.
But what was under him? A lot of guilty cases.
A lot of cases, but you look like Urban Meyer had a lot of cases. He didn't get fired.
Urban Meyer's an asshole.
How's Urban Meyer an asshole, German?
He's just faking his brain tumors or whatever.
Okay, well,
I don't think that's
anyway, end of the
faking
day,
that.
Yeah, yeah.
End of the day, I think this story should be known because I think we should all When a guy gets accused of this type of stuff, not be so quick to jump to accusations and accuse him of being a rapist or whatever. I think we should look into the facts more clearly. Honestly, I read some of the facts of this case, and it became clear early on that it wasn't as everything seemed. And people should have known pretty early on that maybe he didn't. Maybe she isn't telling the truth. But again, he should get a shot in the NFL again. But this is what the AAF is for.
But he shouldn't even have to be in the AAF.
Yeah,
he should be he should be on an NFL roster.
What team wouldn't want to have a guy who would have been projected for a number 1 overall pick a couple years ago? So, yeah, somebody's got to give him a shot. I don't know who that's going to be, but that's it for our show today. That's it for all our stories. Again, we didn't talk any other sports, but
Bryce
football.
Harper?
What?
You don't want
We'll talk about that.
Well, we give 10 minutes. You want to talk about Bryce Harper real quick? Let's talk about Bryce Harper.
I wasn't sure if you're saving that.
No,
What's the girgirlfriend's name, John?
Yeah,
I don't know the girlfriend's name.
Okay, Bryce Harper. What did he sign? 13 years.
13
13.
years.
$330?
$330.
$1 million. Yeah, we didn't talk about this on the other show. So he signed with the Phillies, like I think we all predicted, putting together now one of the best outfields in the MLB.
Really solid in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean MLB probably the best outfield in the MLB right now.
I
he's trying to
disagree.
why do you disagree?
There's a squad up in Milwaukee.
Let's go head to head. Put it together.
Disagree.
Put it together head to head.
All right, Christian Yelich, 27 years old, MVP.
Bryce Harper MVP.
Is he won? When's the last time he won an MVP?
Didn't he win an MVP in 2016?
Okay, I'll take the 2018 MVP. All right, so we proved that one wrong. All right, we got the MVP. Ryan Braun, Andrew McCutchen. Let's all be honest. They batted the exact same last year. I looked it up. If not, maybe give or take a few percentages.
McCutchen's better.
They're the same people right now at this point in their career.
2015, Bryce Harper won the MVP. So
2018, Christian Yelich won the MVP.
MVP is off the table.
Okay, so we got Christian Yelich. He's the MVP. All right, so Ryan Braun, Andrew McCutchen, those
Are you saying they
pretty
walk?
much cancel each
But
other out.
McCutchen is a clean player. Braun's a dirty player.
Ooh.
So Ryan Braun was
clear it
2011.
I'd give McCutchen the lead over that because he's clean.
I'd give Ryan Braun the lead because Ryan Braun's the
Because
greatest
you're a Brewer
player.
fan.
No, I'd give Ryan Braun the lead, and I'm trying to not be biased here by saying they basically wash each other out because they batted the same last year.
But wouldn't you give the clean guy the edge?
Ryan Braun has never done a drug in his life.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then Lorenzo Cain was top 10 MVP candidate last year. So that all adds
Hoskins.
up. Put that in your calculator.
Hoskins is
Brewers
one
win.
of the best young players in the MLB.
Was he a top
today.
10 candidate last year for MVP?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
In my
believe
book, he
so.
was.
On Wikipedia. Maybe.
He was the NL Rookie of the Month in 2017.
Oh.
Congrats.
Rookie of the month.
Oh, wow. So Lorenzo Cain wins that. He's
Oh, yeah.
experienced World Series champion. I'll take Lorenzo Cain all day. So, therefore, put that in your little calculator there, John. He's got his TI-84 out. That equals
you got,
Milwaukee.
What do you got, Johnny?
Right now, I have Milwaukee, but in 2 years.
All right,
I
yeah.
like
So
it.
best. So Truman's going off of last year.
Yeah, maybe
Obviously.
last
I mean,
year.
we're going current because this is current. We're talking.
I mean, you guys
Today-
you guys are the same thing. You would give up a big check for Bryce Harper, even though he batted 270 last year or whatever.
I mean, I still think
So-
he's a game changer. But
So yeah, so that's great for you guys. Great for your checkbooks and stuff like that. But we're gonna win MVPs and we're gonna do stuff. We're gonna do the same thing we did last year on this show. You guys are gonna call me out for calling the Brewers really good and stuff
And then
like
you're
that.
gonna play
And guess
off the
what?
Brewers.
They're gonna win the division and they're gonna go to the NL championship game.
and they're gonna lose.
Did you think they were going to the NL
And they're
championship
gonna
game?
lose?
Did you think?
Wait.
You said they weren't making the playoffs.
No, you said they're gonna lose though. You said they're gonna
He
go
said
to the
they-
NL Championship.
He said on
game.
this. He said on the show. They
All
weren't
right, so
making
Trim
the
thinks the
playoffs.
Brewers are gonna lose. That's what we'll wrap up the show with.
He
I
said
want
they
to
weren't
thank
making
you
the playoffs last year.
Thank you to listening. I want to thank you to our
They
sponsor,
won the division, John.
These Home Cuts. We ask that you go onto iTunes, give us 5 stars, rate, review us, subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Find us on YouTube. Find us on 12ouncesports.com tomorrow from 7 to 8 a.m. You can also find us on grandoldsports.com. A million places to watch us and listen. Trim, where are we at with the Instagram?
We don't know where.
We're in the process.
Johnny, I gave Johnny the password, and he's supposed to be on it. So.
All right, John, where are we at?
I don't know.
All right, so we're working on that. That's in the early stages of being worked on right now.
Got to find out the analytics of
Yeah,
it.
the analytics.
Logistics.
We're figuring it
We'll get the
out.
stats department on that.
Yeah. we're
TNT
talking.
Sports Talk 12. That's our Twitter. Go ahead and follow us if you want to be a guest. You want to chirp at us. Questions, comments, concerns, anything. Twitter. That's where you go. 12 ounce. 12 ounce. TNT Sports Talk 12. Other than that, that's our show. Nate Meyer. Where you
Happy
at?
birthday, man.
Where you at, man?
Congrats.
All right. Other than that, Johnny, thank you for coming on.
It's good to be here
You're going
again.
to be on a decent amount next year, probably.
Johnny's
Yeah.
pretty much going to be the third guy in this thing next year. We're going to be living together, so
Big
So-
things
So
so
coming
get
next
get
year.
used to him.
We're getting our feet wet with him
Yeah.
here. But yeah, he knows all the stuff. What's the girlfriend's name from Sean Oakman's?
Shauna Oakman's girlfriend.
That's her
all
name.
good.
All right.
All right. There we go.
Well,
So
they're
other
not
than that,
girlfriend.
have a great day.
Convict Sean Oakman's girlfriend.
All
Go
right.
Pack, go.
All right. Thank you, guys.